प्र ओ भूस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. The most important relationship that anyone on this planet has with anything or anyone will be answered by different people in different ways. Someone will say enlightenment, someone will say money, someone will say relationship, and they are all going to be half right. The most immediate relationship that we always maintain, whether we want it or not, is with our breathing. If we let go of that one relationship with our breathing, we are off this planet. Because beneath this facade of breathing, we are taking into our physical body, which is our tool, key tool to navigate the world on this planet. We are taking in the blessings and the grace of God, and we are letting go of the past. So, in that way, we are like a flame that is continually burning and seems to be one, but it is flickering. It is one after the another, birth, rebirth, birth, rebirth. So, with every breath, we are born, and with every out breath, we die. And the same thing happens when we sleep. So we have this ability to be continually rejuvenating ourselves with the grace of God. But because we fall into a trap or illusion, we cannot, most of the time, let go of our old thoughts. And these old thoughts from the past, even if the thought is from 3 seconds past, 30 years ago, it's a thought that is keeping us a prisoner. I've met even 80-year-old, and when dying, they were saying, I have so much anger at my mother or father, it doesn't matter. And I asked, when had this happened? 70 years ago. And the person, we carry it in our inside ourselves. So our everything can be born and reborn with our relationship with our thoughts, but we continue to think in the old way. So when we are praying, you will be continually being reborn with a new thought process of a new relationship to life, because life is a phenomenon that no one can explain or no one can understand. First of all, we are all experiencing life. So we are all inside the experiment. So we do not have the objectivity of the scientist who is doing it. One. Two, we are identified not with our breathing, but with our body, with the way that we think and the thoughts that come up as pictures in our head. We identify with these three aspects more closely than with the Creator, who is empowering us to have the experience of life. So we are all empowered to have this experience of life, but how many truly appreciate the magic that there is on this planet? If all the matter that we think is solid was to be consolidated and compacted, it on this planet Earth, it would be one golf ball. size. That's the size of the matter. So everything is a play of this small amount of energy, matter, playing as vibrations of energy, and different energies have different vibration. That is why your my body and my body doesn't sync through the whole spaces which are there between the electrons. There is a play of electrons and protons, creating different densities, not letting creating attraction but also repulsion, so that one matter doesn't get inserted into the other. And sometimes it does, depending upon the molecular integrity. So things are not what they seem. We think that we have a perfect relationship with our life. We don't. Most of the time, we are worrying instead of enjoying this magical show on the planet in which the earth is rotating. Time is passing through us. Maybe we are not going through time, time is going through us. Our bodies are changing, everything is changing. So, in this whole magical world of vibrations, our primary relationship, the first one that is the most needed to be on the planet, is with our breathing. Breathing is that mystical bridge that is half physical and half pure energy. That is why focusing on the breathing, we can go beyond our body, our mind, and intellect. That is the secret of meditation. Going beyond the body, limitations of the body, expanding our mind by breathing in and out with the name of God in any form that we like: Jesus, Mary, Shiva, Ram, or quality of God. Now, when we are on this planet, the myth is that there is a soul partner. And I'm asked this question a lot of times: soul partner, where is my soul partner? And fair, unfair, all these questions repeatedly come up. Why does someone have a marriage and I'm still alone? And why does it? And it's all very subjective. People who have sort of who had got attached to a soul partner, after 5, 10, 11 years, find out, no, 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 I want a different soul partner. This one is not fulfilling enough. And people who are alone are always thinking, oh, there is someone out there on the universe who will accept me as I am and make all my cracks in my personality, that neediness which is created in me, that clinginess which is created in me, that loneliness that is created, will be resolved by finding that magical someone. In reality, each one of us is gifted with a factory of making, giving some outputs to this planet in a biological format. We have 9 holes, and most of us are barely able to manage this 9 door property, this fabric or this factory for making gases and other stuff. We are barely able to manage it nowadays. And we think that if we had another 9 door factory with the same output, if it was to be near me physically and it would rub against me and that would give me physical pleasure, etc., and then I would be fulfilled, I would be satisfied. People then marry and then they divorce after some time because it's all in the mind. A soul partner is not born. You are not incomplete and there's someone part of you which is complete. That is not the case. But you can see your primary relationship beyond the breathing is with God, that is empowering the breathing. So you can see God in a way that you feel this person I will serve no matter what he or she does. I will ensure at a cost of my happiness, not thinking about my happiness. I'll try to make them happy and be totally disregardful and unconditionally serve the other person. And I will try to see God in everything and everyone that the other person does. Then a soul partner is created with your willpower, with your projection. And as long as you keep on projecting the perfection that you have created in your mind, and you enhance the other person by making sure that they fit it, it will work. But when a reality check will come, you will say, oh, shucks, the other person is just a person. And that other person is also looking for happiness. And if two people are willing to serve each other, which happens very rare, then it is a successful, I would say, union. If both are looking for happiness from the other person, oh, I'm unhappy now that I have this person. Now that near my nine-door factory of various outputs, there is another nine-door factory of various outputs, similar outputs, and we are now in a physical proximity, and that this is happening, that is happening. That is my happiness. If you think like that, it will work out. But at some point, you'll find out that even the deepest type of orgasm, that's the highest quality of physical pleasure that people, everyone looks for. I'm not going to be judging. The deepest part of the orgasm, we think that the other person has created it. But in really, the waves of orgasm are created in the deepest part of us. We create that pleasure wave. We are the initiators. Change the face and the pleasure may change. Just change the angle of the eyes or the twist of the nose or something, and the pleasure can change, because we are seeing perfection wherever we want to see. And perfection is just another name for God. But when we are involved, we are very, very subjective. When our soul is serving the other person unconditionally, and if the other soul also balances it out and counters and mirrors, then there is a chance of being joyous on the planet by serving the other person. And that happens very rarely, very, very rarely. Even more rarer nowadays, because we have so many comparisons on the net. There are so many, and one of the case in point, like, on all the comparisons, when you find out more about it, you'll find that all the comparisons were based, your envy was based on incomplete information. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were so much talked about as being a beautiful power couple and all that. And then after 13 or some years, he divorced, and he says his life in this communion or union was absolutely hell. And there are tons of other such examples. But when two people decide that I'm going to be serving you unconditionally, then there is a chance that people can be joyous, not in the other person, but in this serving the other person, having a joy that I'm serving the other person. The other person may or may not mirror. And if it's one sided, it can at some point even become hell. So, this relationship thing is actually, we are in love with ourselves, with the deepest part of divinity which is in ourselves. Everyone is totally in love with that. People, no matter, even I can take a look at the mirror and keep on looking for shaving and other, etc. So people can keep on looking at a mirror. It is called the narcissistic effect, about the beautiful boy who said no to gods, and the god has cursed him. And when he was so beautiful that on the pond he was looking at himself and became a flower. He was enraptured by his own physical beauty. It's a it's a symbolical story. But the point is that the real point of attraction is deep inside ourselves. We project from this point that the other person is looking good, bad, attractive, or not attractive. And if someone mirrors our behavior or matches with what we are projection, it can be both ways. We may be having some small thing that, okay, I just want my wife to be petite, tall, short, whatever those, and we can see it in the eyes and we can project, oh, this person looks perfect. And the other person may be saying that person is so ugly or inadequate, etc. But we can be totally, no, I only want to be with this guy because we are projecting, but we don't always control our projection. Sometimes it is born out of lust, sometimes it is born out of our own thinking. For example, in Mongolia, a squinted, a girl with a squint is considered very beautiful. So when she's born, the parents can hang a belt to one side so that the baby become like that. In China, they had the small foot, etc. So different societies, different parameters of beauty. And that's what excites the people, that their environmental input affects them, that they can be in that field. And your, of course, your parents, etc., who we think are providing security and we can go against or for, but that might be them. So there is a divinity in us and there is a divinity in everything and everyone. And the divinity in us can be projected to the other person, and then we can be falling into a relationship trap of, oh, I find this person to be beautiful. In reality, all relationships are really from God. If the person is not going to be in your life, if you have no contract with the other person, you can be living in a neighborhood of 5 meters, 500 meters, and the paths will never cross. So we only cross paths with people that we are destined to. There is a sense of destiny in, especially in relationships which end up with attractions and turning our life here and there. There is a karmic reaction over there. But the whole script of life is perfect. And in reality, the mystical people, they have prayed and they have so much focused on the God inside themselves that they have that mystical communion with God, and then all the other relationships for them are secondary. Their only relationship is with God inside and in everything. I have not reached that, but I can guarantee that it is there. This phenomenon is there. And if that happens, then you can be alone or you can be with people. You will be equanimous and you will be enjoying life. I also do not like being alone, but Vipassana helped me with that. Not fully, but it did help. It focuses, it gives the ability to be alone and focus on yourself, your breathing. And 1 hour, if after Vipassana you have that ability to sit and meditate for 1 hour, then you can put in the center, as I did, the symbols of God that we train in every exercise. And once that you have the ability to do the visualization of God, your breathing in sync, your understanding of this golden light inside you being God, and using a holy mantra, whichever, whatever it is, whichever religion it belongs to, for sure, you will start having mystical experience that will help you to transcend and manage your life in a much better manner. But it is also from God's. I share the Vipassana because that's how my intuition got activated, and I share it. But 1 in 10 people is able to follow up. The mind will keep on coming up with plans and excuses. Even when people are laid off, they will say, we don't have that 10 days grace. So it is grace of God. But It may happen in your next life or may happen in some way. I met someone and the person was with, oh, I don't need any meditation. One day, I'm 50, and when I was 40, I went to sleep. I woke up, and from since that day, I have been an enlightened guy. And I said, how many people you have helped with your enlightenment? No, I just live for myself, but my diet is pure vegetarian. So that's okay. If it gets boiled down to your dietary, etc., the person was very, that I'm enlightened, was very confident, and the fact that I have a vegetarian diet now. And some people feel hurt. Oh, it's meat. No, you can eat meat, but when you're eating, offer gratitude to offer gratitude to the living soul of the animal that you're eating. That animal should be also be graced with honor, that you are giving me the energy to survive on this planet, and because of your sacrifice I'm going to be continuing my life, and in your behalf I will do some acts of good, and you can eat me. Not such a big thing, as long as there was least amount of violence in that. So dietary restrictions don't really, they do go with like, your movement towards enlightenment, because there is less violence when it's not meat. But it's not a showstopper. You can eat meat, pray for the animal that you're eating, and be equanimous about it. Vegans, etc., are very like, but or natural food, their output from the body is probably more organic, and if that helps them to be enlightened, that's okay. Not in one of the stories of the Vedas, there is a story that there was a hunter, he was hunting animals, and therefore he had bad karma. But once he was not able to find any, in the daytime when he was hunting, he wasn't able to find any animal for his family. So he was getting concerned, how can I feed my family today? So he climbed a tree with some water that he had taken for himself. And he climbed and waited that, okay, near this river at some point, some animal will come to drink water, and then I'll shoot them with the arrow. So he waited out there, and he saw a deer come, female deer, and he took a shot. As he was aiming, some water from his bottle or vessel that he had flew down or dropped down as a stream, and there was a stone of Shiva. Shiva stone is just a cube, a phallic symbol. It's a stone, black stone was there under this tree, and the water fell on it. So it was as if he was praying to Shiva. So when the water poured on that black stone, his karmas started to getting cleared up, because involuntarily he had prayed to Shiva by cleaning that stone. It's a ritual that he had done, and it was late in the night, one of those cusp times, etc. And this happened 2 or 3 times. But as he was trying to shoot, the deer said, oh, why do you want to kill me? And he said, for my family. He said, then I'm really glad that my body, that's the best thing that can happen, that my body will be used to feed and help your body. So I'm okay with that. But give me some time so that I can say goodbye to my family. I'll come back. And the hunter agreed, because he was also getting clean. And this happened 4 times. So 4 times the water stream fell down. The first, then her husband, then children, then sister came. So 4 times it happened that as he was shooting, the water fell down and fell on the black stone which was under the tree, reflecting that he was praying to Shiva. And each time that happened, his karma got cleaned up. So you can eat meat because it is an act of charity for the soul of the animal, not your soul, that their sacrifice is going to be in you. So if you become cognizant and pray for that animal, then the relationship is between two gods. You see the God in yourself, you have a physical body that needs meat. You see the God in the other animal that also has a body and that needs to be fed. So that relationship with God inside yourself and in everything and everyone, that is what powers the bridge between the living and non-living, which is the breathing. So when we are connected with the divine energy inside ourselves, and we need to be first connect with the divine, and then when if you want, you can connect with anything and anyone, and then that union becomes a communion between gods, and that is the stage that a spiritual seeker should be seeking, not with just with a physical body, because that's going to be leading to disrespect. You're not seeing God in the other person, you're just seeing the other person as an object of your desire. Then that is demeaning, and that is not good karma. So see God in the other person, and if both of you are able to see God in each other, then that is the perfect game of love. If that doesn't happen, it's single-sworded, then you have to be unconditional, and you have to love the other person so much that no matter what the reaction is, you have to be equanimous and be thankful to God for the phenomenon of life in which you can express love, light, and laughter, and thank the other person for the ability and the chance to serve them. So I hope this story helps everyone in relationship, that our first relationship is with the golden light, and to focus on the golden light we need the primary bridge between the mystical and the material, which is the most important functional relationship, which is with our breathing, and then with that power that empowers the breathing, and that is the golden light in yourself, and then discover the golden light in every, and then you can have any connection. Once you have the golden light to golden connection, light connection, then it's not at a personality level, it is at a soul level that your union is happening. And if both of you are able to see the golden light in each other, not only you, then that is the perfect communion. It happens very rarely, and it is happening more and more rare, but doesn't mean that we don't serve the universe. We serve the universe unconditionally. That is the first law of relationship. Om. So falling in love with the golden light in yourself, with the prayer, Gayatri will enable you. Om Bhur Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. Love the golden light in yourself, love the golden light in everyone and everything, but do not take disrespect to the temple of God, that is your body, to the mind which is managing this temple, to the intellect which is the owner, partial owner, and definitely not the soul which is residing in the heart of it. Om Bhurvusvah Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Offering and forming a relationship of love with all the ancestors. Om Namo Shiva. Breathing in with Om Namo in your heart, establishing a temple. Shiva offering to all the ancestors and creating a relationship of love and respect with all the ancestors. Om Namo Shiva. With all the mother figures. Om Namo Shiva. With all the father figures. Om Namo Shiva. With all the people and incidents that have ever hurt you in any way. Om Namo Shiva. Have so much amount of self-respect that you don't demean yourself for any sort of relationship or for any reason at all. Never demean yourself, and always each one of us goes through this illusion that we are isolated, separated, and different, but that is only in the world of the body with a mind and an intellect. At a level of heart, we are extensions of the divine creator. We can never be separated. Everything that we do, we are in an ocean of divinity. Everything that we do is through, with, and for the divine golden light that we know as God. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shivaya. Om Namo Shiva. Now, Om, suck in your stomach so that you take the sexual energy of physical union with others to your heart so that it becomes totally unconditional service. Namo Shivaya. Open your consciousness beyond your body minding. So, open like a lotus so that your consciousness becomes infinity and you find that you not only are we connected to but everything and everyone is in you, just like you are in the heart of everything and everyone. So you can never be alone or isolated or segregated. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Bless yourself in total silence. Establish your relationship with golden light and establish relationship with the golden light in the heart of everything and everyone. Full of love, light, and laughter. Be joyous at the possibility to spread love, light, and laughter. Om Namo Shiva. Whenever we have problems with anyone, send to their golden heart, golden light from your heart, so that you have no judgment, your personality. From a soul level, we are allowed to send love to everything, but unconditional, not with this, oh, now I have sent you golden light, now you act in this manner or that manner, just unconditionally. Om Namo Shivaji, Om Namo Shai Jenya, Om Namo Shai Galia, Om Namo Shai Hal, Om Namo Shai Rina, Om Namo Shai Jin, Om Namo Shai Kat, Om Namo Shai Marina, Om Namo Shai Nida, Om Namo Shai Paras, Om Namo Shai Rita, Om Namo Shai Time, Om Namo Shai Yula, Om Shanti 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 Shanti. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat. Till tomorrow, same time. Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Shivaya.